Okay, you guys. So I'm a little bummed. I had to bail out of the Asset for Fusion Forum a little bit early. It's 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna miss kind of some of the end of it. I have a property that I'm walking here at 2 o'clock, and I'm gonna be a little bit late because there's just so many people to talk to, and lunch ran long and everything. But really good stuff, you guys. Really good stuff. You definitely want it. At the very least, let's say you don't get anything from the speakers, which you will. But at the very least, you want to go to these type of things every once in a while, right? Every once in a while, go to these things. Be around people who are doing the things that you want to do. Be around the people who have done the things that you're trying to do. Be around people who are going to give you wise guidance. I just spoke to one of the speakers on my way out, and he's like, Brandon, we've only been talking for like 2 or 3 minutes, and you've just told me all these things, all these obstacles that you have, and limiting beliefs, and like issues, and your background, and you grew up in a trailer park, and like that's great. Use it for motivation, but those things don't really help you now. You need to figure out how to grow and how to scale and how to provide value to those people that you're trying to learn from and grow with. And I'm like, yeah, man, absolutely. So it's just really interesting. I like, even one of those things, like I said, yeah, I have a school community and I might want to have a development component on it. I don't know anything about development, but I know this guy over here, but like he's got 500 developments under his belt. I highly doubt that he'd want to talk to me. And he's like, boom, right there, limiting belief. Right there. You just said, like, you don't think it's going to happen. And it's not going to happen because you're not confident enough to go ask him. And even if he says no, go find something that he wants. He wants land, right? That's what he does. He develops, he wants land. Go find him a piece of land that's a good deal, and then he'll talk to you. Then he'll spend time, right? Like, provide the value up front. Like, don't even ask people what they want. Figure it out. Figure out what they want and go give it to them. And one, they're going to be super impressed. And two, they're going to want to do business with you. They're like, wow, you took the time to figure out what I wanted and what I needed in my business or in my life or whatever. And you came to provide it to me. And not necessarily say, oh, hey, I got this land deal. It's, I'll give it to you for free, right? Like, know your own value. But like if somebody came to me, like if you came to me with a sweet deal, oh yeah, I'd stop whatever I'm doing. I'm like, let's talk about it. If you said, hey Brandon, what is it that you want? What's your buy box? What are you looking for? Do you need money? And I'm like, well, yeah, I need deals. I need money. I need all that stuff, right? I need a cold caller. I need a door knocker. There's all kinds of things I need. But, me telling you how to do it, or me telling you, that I need those things, then I have to explain it. Then I have to take time out of my day to be like, okay, well, this is how you cold call. This is the list you want to get. This is how you skip trace them. This is my buy box. I want a purchase price around this. I want an ARV around this. Oh, you don't know what ARV is? Okay, let me explain it to you. Right? So, like, and I'm not saying like I won't take the time to do that, but there is people out there that are so far ahead of people like me that it's just like, I'm sure they may be willing to take the time to point you in the right direction, but like, go beyond that, right? Like, I've actually had people ask me, Brandon, how do you wholesale? And it's not that bothers me, because I didn't know what wholesaling was when I got started either, right? Like, but you know what I did do? I took the initiative to learn. And, at some point you get into rooms with people, and you shouldn't be asking them 101 type questions. Like, what is wholesaling? Is it legal? How do you find people's phone numbers? What do I offer? You know what I mean? Like, you should do some self-education first. YouTube is great. I highly recommend it. You can join somebody's mentorship where they break all that stuff down. Maybe at some point I will have something that you can pay me for, where I'll break that down for you guys. But what it really comes down to is, like, Google that. You know what I mean? Like, that's a Googleable question. Ask Google. Ask ChatGPT. right? Like, what is wholesaling? Is it legal in Oregon? How do you do it? What is the standard flip? Like, when somebody's looking to flip a property, what is their maximum allowable offer on a property that needs $100,000 worth of work? Well, Brandon, I don't know if it needs $100,000 worth of work. Great, figure it out, right? And if you had a property, that you were looking at, hey, I talked to this guy, they're a motivated seller, they're gonna sell. I don't know anything about construction. I don't know anything about renovations. Would you be willing to come with me and walk that property and give me advice? Yes, I would. And maybe even right at the very beginning, I'd be able to tell you, hey, you're wasting your time, right? Maybe I'd be able to say that after looking at the pictures you took, or the pictures that they sent, looking at the area, seeing that, like, okay, they want 400,000 and Zillow says 372, and it needs a bunch of work. Probably not going to work out. But I'll at least, you at least have somebody on the line. And actually, I would hope that you'd even do that, right? If they're asking for Zillow price, you're probably wasting your time. So, anyways, just look at those type of things. If you have questions, it's okay to ask, but really try to do a little bit of due diligence, right? Like try to have ask the right questions. And not to say that there's dumb questions. There's not a dumb question, but there's ill-informed questions. You need to inform yourself. You need to educate yourself, right? And by watching this video, I hope you're doing that. And watch my other stuff, and watch Pace Morby, and watch Grant Cardone, and watch Meet Kevin, and watch all these other financial YouTube people or whatever, and learn and grow and expand your knowledge. Go to real estate investment meetups. It doesn't have to be a paid conference. There's free meetups all over the place. Here in Portland, which maybe is a bigger place than where you're at, there's 5 or 6 free ones. I could go to one every day of the week. It's crazy. I don't have enough time for it because you actually have to do the work. That's the next thing, is you actually have to do the work. Tangent over. I could keep going. Back to the forum. So anyways, it was a great opportunity. Had lunch with some amazing people. Got to meet investors. I always go to people and be like, what do you need? How can I help? Do you need money? Do you need deals? Like, what are you working on? Are you doing development? Are you doing small multifamily? Are you doing wholesaling? Are you doing flipping? Like, what is it that you're doing? Because if they told me what they're doing, see, I know enough now. If they told me they're doing development, I'd know immediately that they need land. I would know approximately what they're looking for, right? Let's say zoning allows you to build a fourplex. Most developers want to pay 20% or less for the land value of whatever they're going to build on it. So if a fourplex goes for $800,000, I take 20% of that. Okay, great. That's what they could pay. That's their max. So obviously that doesn't leave a lot of room for me to make any money. And that doesn't leave a lot of room for them to make a lot of money. So you want that. You want less than 20%, right? You want 15%, maybe even 10%, right, of what they can put on it. So you got to look for those things, right? If somebody told me that they were into light industrial and they told me where, I would start to understand, after educating myself some more, I'd start to understand oh, okay, light industrial. I get you. That makes sense. So what you're looking for is you're looking for a tenant who needs to park, open up shop, their business, whether it be, flipping cars, or they have, 10 vans and they're a plumbing company and they need a place to park their vans, or whatever it is, right? It doesn't really matter, or whether they build modular homes or take those shipping containers and turn those into homes, or whatever they do in there. It doesn't matter. But you need to find somebody that needs that. And then once you find that, you need to figure out, okay, how much are they willing to pay, right? So if they're willing to pay, let's say $3,000 a month or $10,000 a month, whatever, you can back out your costs from there. Oh, okay, so if they're willing to pay $10,000 a month, that's $120,000 a year. That means that property could be worth up to $1.2 million because of it's the 1% rule, right? But and that's a good rule to go by, especially here in Portland, Oregon. If you can find something that meets 1% rule, you got a winner, right? Like it's very valuable, But again, right? Then you also have to say, okay, well, if the guy is willing to pay $10,000 a month, is that in its current condition, or does it need to be remodeled, right? Like, okay, I could get somebody to pay $10,000 a month, but it needs $200,000 worth of work. Okay, so, well, we definitely can't pay $1.2 million because it needs $2,000 worth of work, $200,000 worth of work. So now you're at $1 million. Okay, well, somebody needs to make a profit off of that, right? So if they're going to invest $200,000 of their own money, and if they're going to take the risk of renting it out to somebody, and they're going to do the labor and front the money and all these things, they probably want to make a profit. Okay, so I need to get it under contract for $800,000. Preferably less, right? Maybe like $700,000, because if you spend $200,000, you probably want to at least make that back, right? So, but again, find the person. Who's your customer? That was another thing I learned. I don't know if that was today or day one, but who's your customer? Let's say you're a wholesaler, you're a deal finder, you're just getting started. Who's your customer, right? Like, I like fourplexes in Clackamas County. So if you said, hey, Brandon, I love everything that you're doing. I love everything that you're saying. You're providing immense value to me. I want to try to find you a deal and for you to buy it from me and for me to get paid. I'm like, absolutely, cool. Well, what I would tell you to do is find fourplexes in Clackamas County. I tell you how to pull the list. I tell you how to skip trace them. I tell you how you could go door knock on the owners, send them letters, whatever. And if you found me that, whether I could close on it or not, I would help you find a buyer, because I like fourplexes. And you know what that means? I know people who like fourplexes, right? So if I can't buy it, and if I can't find the money to buy it, well, then it's probably not a great deal. But, but then I would help you and be like, okay, cool. Well, retail price on fourplexes in Clackamas County are, anywhere from $700,000 to $900,000. So you want to be kind of below that, right? You want to try to find something in the low sevens, the high sixes, and that would basically be a deal that I would consider. I'd be like, hey, if you brought me a fourplex that were 2 bed, 1 bath, and said, hey, Brandon, I got this for $700,000 under contract right now, or hey, the guy told me that he'd take $750,000. Do you think it's worth like talking to this guy, putting it under contract, and maybe trying to make a deal out of it? I'd say sure. Yeah, absolutely, because I have 2 fourplexes in Clackamas County, and they're worth probably $900,000 and $800,000 respectively. So like that, and that's after remodel, right? So I've remodeled them, and the rents are where they're supposed to be. So that's the top of the market. So anyways, long tangent. I really appreciate you guys. The most important thing is just take nuggets, listen to these people, listen to these speakers, right? Like just learn and grow, and just whatever you can do to move forward, to add value to yourself, to your family, to your loved ones, to your friends, to your community, to your state, whatever it is, right? Just find some way to help other people, right? And if you can help other people, trust me, other people will help you. And if not, go find other people to help. You'll eventually find the right people. There is definitely takers out there, and that sucks. But you'll find out quickly if they just take and take and take, right? And I've had friends like that too, that always ask me for stuff. And when I ask them for something, I'm busy. I can't help you move. I can't help you renovate your property. And I'm like, well, bro, I fronted you like $1,000 so you didn't get evicted. Are you sure you can't find some time to help me out? Oh, yeah, man, I'm just, I want to go to the coast with my girlfriend or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool, good to know, right? You're not willing to make the sacrifice for me when I make a sacrifice for you. It's fine. It's okay, right? Some people are like that. But anyways, tangent over. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to do a little walkthrough video on the property that I'm now under contract on. So I will be doing those, and I'll be taking some pictures as well for my Facebook family. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Thanks for listening. If there's anything I can do to help, if you have a specific problem that's stopping you, if you don't know how to find leads, if you don't know how to talk to them, if you don't know what channel to reach out to them on, if you're struggling with foreclosures, you know, if you don't want to pick up the phone. I've had people talk to me, they're like, Brandon, I can't pick up the phone. It's heavy. I got you. You know what I mean? If you need someone to hold you accountable, I got you. All right. Well, hey, I'm pulling in here. Thank you guys so much. Catch you later.